Hey, what's up, y'all? So somebody posed the question of how do you resist the urges? How do you resist the urges to masturbate? You know you trying to be on your shit. You know you trying to protect yourself from mediocrity in the form of how you feel, in the form of how you perform in many aspects. But man, that feeling of busting a nut is just there's a few things that can compare to the feeling, no matter how long it lasts. Look, I get it. You can't look past that, man. And I miss it so much. I wish there was a rewind button so I could just get to the point, bust a nut, rewind, start over. But anyway, there are a couple things that I do that keep me away from the urge. That keeps me away from giving in to the temptation. So the first thing that I do is, first of all, I decide. I decide why I'm doing this. I tell them, I make sure I staple it deep into myself of the reason why I would even practice semen retention. All right. I wanted to combat anxiety, and my disgust for anxiety is greater than my need for pleasure. I mean, I don't know. Could be very close, but I like to say that the disgust definitely got to me. And I mean, it not because of jerking off, but it's just one of those things where if when I can start looking at things that are going wrong in my life, I make sure I compile a list and just start, just checking them off, just trying to say, okay, well, I'm gonna do something about this, I'm gonna do something about that. But yeah, anxiety, not feeling like I had enough energy, not feeling like I was man enough, not feeling like I was getting enough done, not productive enough, just didn't really feel manly. Um, I just couldn't really rely on myself as much as I can now. You know what I'm saying? Like I've definitely pushed myself. I definitely have a history of pushing myself, but it's nothing like it is now. Um, that's for sure, man. I can pop out of a funk extremely fast now. So I definitely appreciate that. So yeah, decide. Make sure you know what the benefits are. Don't just do it because I say so. Even if you listen to my videos where I spoke of the benefits, still look it up and actually read it with your own eyes. The benefits of this path. Get yourself hyped up. I like to get myself hyped up about everything I decide to do. So this is definitely one of those things. I mean, you got to get yourself hyped up to say, I'm not gonna bust a nut. I mean, goddamn, I'm basically a goddamn. I don't want to say a priest because of the connotation, but a male nun. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically, or a monk of sorts. Like I got chastity in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Only difference is I'm actually having sex. I'm just not going all the way. So, uh, but whatever. So you decide other things that help. If, of course, I'm adamant about taking cold showers, so you do that. Although it does make you more fertile, which I think is pretty good. To help you. And first of all, it boosts your testosterone. I got a video on that coming out, but I talked about it in my cold shower videos. You boost your testosterone, anti-aging. Aging reverse, good for your heart. All these things. All right. So on top of that, you're getting yourself more fertile. You're turning yourself into a goddamn horse. You know what I'm saying? Just a horse, gaining some horsepower. You know what I'm saying? Really letting the sperm inside you mature. Because when was the last time you let it get to the 100-day mark, where it's reportedly to be the day where your sperm reaches maturity? You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. So again, you got to decide. Take those cold showers. Get yourself some hobbies. All right. So if you just find yourself sitting around idly, we got this idle time where you're not working or whatever. You fill it with something else. You fill it with productive time blocks. If you are creative, then you take that sexual energy and you put it into your art. I can't stress that enough. I mean, it's just a no. It's just a no-brainer, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now because I've experienced this before. I was doing the semen retention thing, but my upside is like I don't know where the ceiling is right now, as far as how far I can go in creative endeavors, man. Like I can go extremely deep in that, and of course, semen retention had a lot to do with it. I'm extremely creative. A lot of my sexual energy I put into creative endeavors. So, sexual transmutation. All right. So take that sexual energy and put it towards something else. So that doesn't mean, oh, I feel so sexual inside, but I play football. But let me get extra sexual when I play football. No, it's like you put your manpower into it. That's all it is. You know, you will yourself to a finish line of sorts, whatever that may be for you. Um, yeah, so that's it. Um, you know, you definitely. This is definitely gonna take some time to get used to. You know what I'm saying? And getting to the routine of this and breaking free from you know just jerking off when you in your mind you feel like you just over the tipping point. You know what I'm saying? And you know the dogs are barking, so to speak. But it gets easier over time. It does plateau. I found that to be, but I still get extremely horny. You know what I'm saying? And I would expect for that to be the case. I'm glad that that is the case. You know what I'm saying? I'm still healthy. I'm still doing pretty well. You know, still having great sex. Um, so those things help me resist the urge, and I'm trying to think of everything. Well, I just priorities. You know what I'm saying? When you got your priorities set and you just see how fast time is going by, you like, man, I don't really have time to just first of all spend time on this particular thing on a session. You know, wasting time, my energy, and then the precious fluids and things like that. You might not be happy where you are in life, and that's the thing about me. Disgust. This disgust is the biggest one of the biggest movers for me. So if I'm disgusted at something, that I mean that's all it really takes for me. I mean I'm happy whenever I'm disgusted because I know that something is wrong in my life. You know if you don't have that true disgust, like it's gonna be even tougher for you to make a change, especially if you find yourself comfortable with mediocrity. You don't know how to shake it up because what you feel so sluggish, lethargic, whatever it is. You feel lazy. You may not want for nothing, but it's good to want for something. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the thick of it, you know, and you know, obviously that propels us to build a life where our children don't have to want for anything. But in order for our children to not want for anything, somebody is going to have to come from a life where they wanted a lot more than what they saw around them. You know, it's just how it goes, and that's my path. And the path is far more important than just jerking off, man. And the way that I see it, you know, as far as porn goes, it doesn't really give me anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, they get the views, they get the recognition, you know, they get the stardom, the money, whatever they get that, and I get to make the uphill battle even steeper. And that's the thing, man. I really feel like I'm in a war of sorts, you know. Probably multiple, but you know, if I can't believe I'm about to say this, but last year when I was sleeping in the car, before I would go to sleep, it must have happened once or twice, and I'm sleeping in like a garage or like a public garage at the MGM casinos and all that. So as I'm sleeping in the car, I'm horny and tired or whatever, so I thought it'd be a good idea to jerk off to go to sleep. And like I said, I did that a couple times. Went to sleep, but I just like looking back at it, like I was in war. I was in a fucking war. There's no time to jerk. You should not be jerking off in the middle of a war. Are you kidding me? You really have to be on your shit. Like you're literally sleeping in a car somewhere where you don't know anybody. Like you gotta be equipped as possible. You know what I'm saying? But like I needed as much willpower as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like that little block of time right there where I was jerking off trying to get myself to sleep, I could have put the light on my phone or in the car, whatever it is, and it's red or something like that, man. Just that's the thing, just prioritizing. And as you started, like I said, as you start to see time go by fast as hell, you like, oh, hold up now. Some of y'all gotta go, man. I had a good time with you, but I can't, in good faith, um, partake in such activities anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is for me. When it comes to jerking off. Also, it's better for you personally if you like women. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter who you like, I guess, but just it's better for you in your pursuit of women because like because if you are going to have an orgasm, I don't know what it is because I mean I'm kind of mixing no fap with semen retention, but you know it's like any bit of pleasure that you're going to experience, you know, it's going to be through having sex. So that's the good incentive when you're practicing no fap. You know, if you're practicing semen retention, I mean you're still not going to have an orgasm, but your energy is going to be so much stronger. You can be more confident in things like that. That I would not be surprised if you attract some women and you close the deal. I would expect that so long as you don't put your foot in your mouth. All right, so you mean you just let the energy speak for itself. You let what you can do speak for itself. You don't need to be uh, popping off at the jaws all the time. You know, trying to talk yourself up. You know, it's best that we don't get in our own ways. I mean that's it. So just be on the pursuit. Prioritize. After a while, you start to look at your old habits. Like, why was I doing this? I mean, that's it. And also, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to negatively influence anybody, but I'm still um adamant about the edging technique if that's a thing for if that will stop you from going all the way. But see, you flirting with dangerous waters. That's definitely not for everybody. That's just like a little espresso or something like that, just to get the creative juices going, get that anxiety out of you for a quick second, but still keep your semen intact. And what isn't used is going to be, it's going to be broken down and recycled, so all good. Obviously you don't want to overuse your member. But all right, man, that's all. Like and subscribe. Thank you.